You took my heart, you had it back, but you made me beg. You made me beg. Every time I come over, you make me beg. But why? Why? Yes, you touch me. But why? Sirina motoka, sirina kabanja, sirina bling, jagala kuwa some love. Give me some love, be my better half. I promise I will never let you down, my girl. July dollar bills, many things. Good morning, my people. How are you today? Onakorwarero Retweeter Lifestyle Wednesday. And I thought we should talk about how do you guys stick to your goals? How do you stick to your objectives? How do you keep focused in the achievement of your objectives? How do you make sure that you don't derail off of it? What do I if you share with us your secrets? Tubulire osigalotya ku mulamwa n'ogamba omwaka guno njagala kusavinga million 2 and you make sure that you save 20 million no matter what. How do you stick to your objectives? How do you stay focused in achieving those objectives? Good morning, guys. Today is not Question Friday, but let me see. If you get lucky, I'll answer the questions. But I hope you guys are doing well. It's Lifestyle Wednesday. Mwe ekibuzo kyange kiri osigala otya ku mulamwa. As the year began, you guys, all of us, said we wanted to achieve certain things, right? As the year began, we all said we wanted to hit certain milestones. We all said we wanted to achieve certain objectives. and we are all working towards them. But along the way, things come and distract us. How do you make sure that you stay focused in achieving your objectives? Osigalo tyango cha ina focus eyo abalanga babivako. Share your tips someone might actually achieve. I personally, I think there is for me, there is one thing that helps me stay focused. There's only one thing that keeps me going, and I'll share it at the end of the broadcast. But you guys share with us either one tip or a number of tips that help you stay focused in achieving your objectives. And of course, as the year goes, as we conclude the 2024, you came in October and said, you know what, Arthur, I've already achieved all my objectives for 2024. And that was like 3 months before the year ended, which and that's big. That's not something to joke with. Kakati, the question is, how do you stay focused in achieving those objectives? How did you manage to stay focused in achieving those objectives in 2024? Because it's the same, it's probably the same, or same focus that people need. But there are things that Katindawi Akasubaru, and I want to see if I get to the main road faster than him. There are things that help you stay focused and objective as you go on to achieve your goals. Yeah. So what are those things that help you keep on the right track? Share your secrets with the people here. Obeko Goyamba. A candle loses nothing by lighting another candle. Of course, the wax pours, but it would have poured eventually. Can't you lose nothing? So let's share, guys. Osigalo changa tova kumulamwango o inabi ogambi biyo yagaro kora in a specified period. Jagara gura moroko mwaka guno. How do you make sure that you actually buy the car that particular year? Njagara kumaliriza nyumba yango mwaka guno. How do you make sure that a nyumba ojimazi? Njagara butakwata ku sente za musaro mwaka guno njiyendala. How do you make sure that you stick to that? Nange njagara okuwulira so that I'm also helped in staying focused in achieving my objectives for 2025. So guys, go ahead and share with us. Maybe Buzo, let me think about it tomorrow. Today is not Question Friday. Every time I come over, you make me beg. But you never ever take what I'm saying. See, I need you. But you do what you do. Why impress that so sad? I think this because of that kajam there that we called at the conjunction there. I need this, I never need this. I tell you this every day, every night. That I really feel you, I can't deny. Give us a chance, you and I, you and I, you and I. Give us a chance, you and I, you and I, you and I. I should live one, I should live I
Time does not wait. Okay, man.
Yes, good morning once again, guys. I hope you guys are doing well. What? It's a Wednesday, it's Lifestyle Wednesday. How do you keep focused? We're setting goals at the beginning of the year, and you said, I want to do this and this and this and this and this. So how do you keep focused in achieving these goals? How do you keep focused in achieving the milestones and objectives that you set yourself? Tosirikira chama, bobe chama ochinango gamanzi. Kola bwenti. What makes you stick it out? No gamba kansigale, because challenges are going to happen, yeah? And then distractions are going to come as well. Bigezeko kujjako kumulamu. It's like you're headed to Kampala, you're driving, and a border comes and hits your car. And of course, now there's an inclination to attack and say, "Gwe, moroka yango konye yachi." That's one of the distractions that can happen along the way. Like the second distraction that can happen as you're driving to Kampala nga wetugenda kati, you're driving and the traffic officer stops you and they tell you emoroka yonzibe ngemoroka sinzibe gwa jigura mu bondi naga emoroka yonzibe ino omusango ku police bwoba toyagala njikwate njiparking empaye emitwalo ebiri kali. That's a distraction as well. Then the question would be, do you give him the 20k or you wait for him to tell you kale ojiro parking out so ken nonyereze now parking for 30 minutes? What do you do? Because those are all challenges that are there. Abasajja bakuba ebitala nga tebalinamu yadde karimosi n'akatono. Bakuba ebitala nga temuli yadde karimosi. So the first challenge as we drove to Kampala, the first challenge we got was the challenge of the border hitting our car. Now the traffic officer has stopped you and said your car is stolen. It was reported stolen, so musango gw'obubbi ojiro parking awo. Numugamba afande, but I bought my car, it's even in my names. Now gamba ojiro parking anjira nonyerezo basecho yogera ngo omuganda osobola okuvaawo dakiika ziri abiri. What do you do? Of course, now eventually let's imagine that you have solved that issue. You're headed to Kampala and then you find traffic jam wali kusawa ya kwini nga wetera okusanga. That's also another challenge. Okitegeera kati nosanga challenge ya jam. Somehow the jam works out as well. Naye n'omuyitamu okitegeera owokusawa ya very bad accident ngebadde otrailing border, so you guys cannot move, but you have to get to Parliamentary Avenue where you work. Okitegeera, you have to get to Parliamentary Avenue where you work, and the goal is to get to Parliamentary Avenue, but you have seen all these things. Okitegeera, but you know the one reason why you're still going, why you have not lost focus with all these problems, is because you have a goal. You have said, I want to go to Parliamentary Avenue. So I find that I know so many people that keep saying, man, I find that the number one solution, or the number one way of staying focused in achieving one's goals is to actually define the goals. Define the goals and be to soma setting objectives. Tuina ekintu kye batugamba smart objectives. Like your objectives must be specific, they must be measurable, they must be attainable, they must be realistic, and they must be time bound. That if you have goals and they are not time bound, like you say, I want to get to Parliamentary Avenue by 8 a.m. time bound. It's specific because it's Parliamentary Avenue. It's not Kampala Road. It's not Entebbe Road. It's just Kampala. And then it must be measurable. You measure, like it's Parliamentary Avenue, so you know how many kilometers or the distance or the time that you normally drive there for. You also know you can also measure the time that you want to go there. That's like in 40 minutes from now. And then it's very specific. We have specific measurable. It's attainable. People have been going to Parliamentary Avenue since time immemorial. So we know that you can actually get to Parliamentary Avenue, which is just a smart objective. So, so as you, for the guys that's already set objectives in 2025, I'm thinking your objectives are smart. For the guys that have not yet set objectives for 2025, now is your time to actually set the objectives. But make sure they are smart, because you cannot achieve an objective that is not smart. Okay, you can accidentally, because if you cannot define your objective, then it's quite hard for you to achieve it. So the first trick to staying focused in achieving your objectives is by defining them. Ochitegeera ogambe kansoke nsome comment. Said has said, set clear goals, break your plan into smaller achievable tasks, define specific outcomes and deadlines for each task. This has helped out. Said has said, set your clear goals, make sure they are smart, and then break each goal into smaller goals, and then set a timeline for each of those smaller goals. And then just do. Agambi chimuyambe because agambi at the last year I was always procrastinating throughout, never consistent to saving. But around November last year, things changed when I learned the discipline of consistency, setting up systems. So guys, there's also systems. Like when you have set goals and you have and they are smart, and of course now we have to go and concentrate. So see you in a few. Abaye, what it is to offer to go one way. Mugambi, what it is to what? 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 Another way, give me what I need, what you need, because that's how they see my body, my looks, make me touch them fire. You can make me leave on I got an extra man. You play your mind. Bateka kanye kwa basumira nyama bakwasa mapera. Mugambi waletizi toa. Guys, we are talking about how do you stay focused in achieving your objectives and goals and milestones. Because remember, as the year begins, normally we set objectives. We say, I want to do this by the end of 2025. I want to do this by fourth quarter or third quarter 2025. I want to do this by this month. I want to do this by this month. We have these objectives, yeah? So the question is, and of course, share your tips with the guys here. How do you stay focused in achieving these objectives? Guys, I can go to the other line, but this is just more fun. So let's stay here. Okay, it proved to also be faster. It's fun and faster. Finish like my bike, stepping up. That's what we got thing that she said. Guys, I've wanted to be behind this Mercedes. Okuva ensambya nayenga sifuna mukisa yiyo S500. Kati that's pure luxury, man. That's pure comfort. Yojola bana yera na uta. But that's pure comfort gwecho bomanya. Zino zizi ikilasi za mwenesi klasi za mwezemuvuka. Zizina uzituka moroke hiyo. Kati that's the Benz that people should be fearing to come near. Ochitegera, that one. But of course now the line is slow. We have to cross over and go to a faster line. That's the trouble. But man, ate kukuba ino mugaga gwavuga because tayamba denga inavuga S500. Aizo ba ye but moroka ye bateka hati. That's the S500. It's a moroka very comfortable. Of course it's luxury, of course, because it's the S500. But what the munda crown ebeji singe ebintu. Ebeji singe ebyamanyi. Because most of the crowns you're going to get of course the crowns of that time this is what is zijituka, but the crown of this time ziba zijituka. Guys, share your tips on how to stay focused, to stay ngatova kumulamwa in achieving your objectives and goals, for example, of 2025. So guys, we are talking about how to stay focused in achieving one's objectives and goals. Of course, now we are not talking about people that have nothing to achieve. We have something to achieve. And I also believe that you're in a better position than you were last year. You are in a better position than you were yesterday. You should try to be in a better position always, in business, in life. That should be like a goal. And of course, you should be better than most people your age as hard as you do. That in a way sounds like you're competing with other people, but if people are not working as hard as you should definitely be better. If you're working really hard and you're not progressing as well, then it means you're the problem. Because and by working hard, I also mean working smart. They are not working as hard as you and they are doing better than you, then it definitely means you're doing something wrong. And you don't want people to start thinking, or you yourself to start thinking that there's something wrong with you. I've been in a position where I was working really hard at the wrong things and I wasn't really progressing. And it's for some time it takes a lot of thinking and probably sometimes having the right people around you for you to understand that, you know what, I think I'm working so hard on the wrong things. Everyone sees you're working really hard and you're not really progressing. And once you get out of that situation, things start moving. By the way, guys, and they told me I have fatigue. So I've been having headaches. I've been having some stomach upsets, like for the past 3 days. And remember, guys, how I used to tell you I'm tired, and your energy drinks. Like it has been like since December, and Yeah, so I thought I had malaria. The other day I went to a clinic and they said I didn't have malaria. So I said, this is a small clinic. Yesterday I went to a hospital. They checked me again and Dr. Naga kakati kusumbwa fatigue. And I did not know fatigue was really that serious. So the doctor himself told me, yeah, yatuka nga asesema no kusesema. Nembunga he's vomiting because he has fatigue. Not because he's sick, but because he has fatigue. That's something I never thought. But I normally I feel okay. I just have those and when I sleep, I wake up very fresh. So I think I need to sleep. And remember, I've been complaining about this same thing like over how many times. So he told me to go and rest, do mild exercises and all that. So fatigue might actually be a real thing. It might actually be a real thing. But anyway, today we are talking about how do you stay focused in achieving your goals. Share your tips, guys. Achieving ebintu. There are people that are struggling. Nenga singo mubuda gwechokola ogechi kuyambako ajja kusobola okwetereza mu bulamu bwe. And personally, I think my life has been partly transformed because of content I watched on YouTube. Because for us, we live in a generation where we don't have a lot of people that tell us the things we ought to do, and that's a challenge. We abamuko feel like me nalimulekwa, so I did not have a dad or a mom that would sit me down. I can tell you that I was raised by people that really loved me, but they did not take the time to actually sit me down and say, Arthur, winakola chino na chino. For example, I'll tell you that I was told by one of my aunties, after I had already done it. And this I got to know that you can actually start construction even when you don't have a lot of money, from a friend, not even telling them kwano gwange nabanyumiza hano yali mubuka nga akola wiring emoroka yange okigira banavuka bemu enkume binagane Arthur obero tyango opangisa nganze sipangisa nemugane guroze nyumba ezimbika. And then he took me to his houses. He took me to his houses, and that's how mwe bambi moroka bwebe tambula mujegende zibajja batomera kuba mugira byengedda reverse ate mwe mwagala mujitemu ate you had stopped. You need to be careful, yeah? Abana abawala oba baba be feeling emoroka ebayiseko nga balaba, they even stopped nedda reverse nga balaba ate ne baagala bagiyitemu. Simanyi bana bolaki baba balowooza. But anyway, so guys, the point I was trying to make is sharing one tip yo ekuyambye kugenda maaso, you'll be helping someone else to progress in life, because buli wetusirikira ebintu bwoba olowooza and probably oli omuntu yetakyetaaga naye nga ate olumu naye aba akola ki, naye aba yeetaaga ayambibweko asobole okubaako gy'alaga. Sometimes people don't know these things. That's why people watch content, because now content has replaced our uncles, our dads. Some of us are achieving better than our parents, right? Some of us are progressing better than our parents. Even when your parents have not really educated you that much, they have not told you a lot, you're still going further than them. Some of you people, that should point that your parents don't know everything. I know that's brutal, but your parents don't know everything. Me, I know my parents, my grandmother, my aunties, my uncles don't know everything. Some of them struggle even more than me. Some of them actually struggle way more than me. So I happen to know that sometimes we know a lot. So the topic today is for us to share the things that we know that have helped us achieve so that other people achieve. Then about the people making sure you set your goals, you map out your goals, make sure they are smart, specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time bound. So guys, let's share. Ina comments embade sinasoma wano. Let's see. Nakomye kuya star chi wano. Starchy. Ronald Mucha, good morning, Baria. But Starchy Agambe, I task myself through the system. I said, and boom, till today, my account as of now is making me happy. And I'm sure this time around, I'm going to make it. George Senkugi, hi. Consistency often thrives in structured environments. Break it down, divide your goals into smaller, manageable tasks. This makes them less overwhelming and allows you to see progress more frequently. There's a goal I'm going to break down today. There's a goal I'm supposed to achieve between January and April. That's the first quarter. So if I break it down properly, I can achieve at least 50% of it this weekend. At least 30, I can achieve like a portion of it this weekend. Then next weekend I achieve another portion. Then the next weekend I achieve that portion. I can actually, if I do those portions by March, it's actually Jan, Feb, March. It's March to Jan to March. There's that objective. It's huge. It has taken me a very long time to do. And I just thought, okay, I should do it the first quarter of 2025. So if it's Jan to March, that's the first quarter. So if I do these 2 weekends, by Feb I can be done. And that's good. That will be good, yeah? That will be good. So Kamukama Godwin Agambi, make sure you have a structure, break down, divide your goals into smaller manageable tasks. Which again, that way they are not so big. Yes, that makes sense. And you know why? I think it's the same thing that happens with construction in Uganda. The people that think, oh, I need to get 200 million to build a home, they rarely build the homes. But the people that get the money for the plot, buy it, transfer the plot to the title to their land, then they get a building plan approved. Then afterwards, they do the musingi, they do the slab, they build up to window level, they do up to beam, they do up to wall plate, then they kusereka, then they do the ceiling, then they do the windows and doors, then they do the pipe work and electricals, then they plaster, then they do undercoat and enter. Those people, they have broken a house of 200 million. No sango muntu ngakole million yemo mwezi. Nenga ali mu nyumba ya million 2 no gamba musajja ne juvula abantu amuntu abayitanga bagagga nenga arwara mu katonati ne mulyoka mutegira nti simugagga. Ekyalo kyonna ne kimusondera. Okisegira arwara mu katona abadde bali amatoke bina kunyata koli akawunga. Because they broke down the goals. Christine Nakate, hi. Morris Kyle, hi. Amina Morris. So your Morris yesterday, but I'm not going to tell you the stories of the cars today because I've just posted all the cars today morning. Yeah. Arthur, one needs to identify and acknowledge his or her distractions and find ways on how to eliminate them. If you have goals and objectives, the other thing you need to identify is what distracts you. If you find the distractions, you can actually ignore them. You can avoid them. It's like how you know someone doesn't really like you and you want to avoid them. The distractions are the same. I make a vision board at the start of the year and break it down quarterly throughout the year and do self-audit at the end of each quarter. Create, if you can also create a vision board like Mark does and break it down quarterly, like every quarter. For me, like Mark, my goals are also set in quarters. Like each quarter, there are things I'm supposed to do and finish. And life gets easier, guys. I find that life gets easier once you have these things. Like the things you achieve, you don't have to achieve them again. I don't know if you guys get what I'm saying. Once you achieve something, you don't have to achieve it again. Then you go to something. And that's the beauty about achieving, especially if you're doing things that are tangible. Like I want to start a business this year. Once you have started it, you don't get to start it again. Then you say, now my goal is to break even. And then after breaking even, you don't have to break even again. And then the next thing is I need to get profitable. Then once you have become profitable, then now the goal is increase profit, increase profitability and all that. Daniel Singoma, hi. Mark Lubega Gamba, discipline, consistency, planning out your day, going for knowledge like reading, watching documentaries, being intentional about what you desire, build constructive habits. Or your Lubega Mark. Morris Kyle, yes. Good morning, Mark Lubega. Juma Ali, hi. Julius Ivan VIP. Julius, Obura Zewa. unhappy 2025 obula nnyo. Of course Fahad Laptovila agambe we as men have no alternative. Consistency isn't an option, it's a must necessity. You snooze you lose all day. The world is full of a generation of weak men, so consistency sets the men apart from the boys. Okitegedde baba gwe senga olaga ya mukono ga leero kanneebake waliwo abateebase bo bagenda. And some of them are more powerful than you, they are wiser than you, they are sharper than you, they know more than you, they have more connections than you, they have more capital than you, and they are not sleeping. There is a guy, akatauni bakaita Sanga, guy aina muchibi hardware for the guys that know Sanga. And this guy, kaline esatu eziri mu katauni ezo zonna zize. All the 3 like story buildings in the kataun are his, and they all have tenants. Every morning, he wakes up and goes to his hardware, buri kumacha, and he sits outside there. He's the one that welcomes the people, and he's really nice. He's very welcoming. I even thought guy obaya sadaka abantu actually too nice with all the money he has. You get it? Like omanyo omuntu okubeda mu katawuni ng'ebizimbe byonna bya floors nyakudda waggulu ngate like 80% occupied because they are the only flats in the town. Byonanga bibye. Nenge era akera buduna ku hardware ye byakera abakozi abasinga abasooka nawo. So what Fahad is saying is indeed true. You snooze, you lose, because there are other people that are constantly. And then of course this guy abana babasinga bamala dokusoma ate nabo bagagga baganda be nabo bagagga kati. It's literally like all the land in that town is theirs. Komakech Caesar high. Amina Morris Kyle. Siku Keith is saying good morning. I think everything starts with the mindset. Once you set your mindset, it's the first step in the right direction. Amina, guys, we are sharing how do we, and guys, since they told me I need to rest, and I'm not sure if I have an inspection today, but someone did book, but I've not talked to them in a long time, so I don't know if I have an inspection today. So, but whether I have an inspection or not, we are talking about how do you stay focused in achieving your goals and objectives, because it's important. Yeah, it's very important. You setting the goals or objectives is not an end. You need to continue working on them. And of course, we have gotten a lot of things here for us to do. 1, set smart objectives. 2, set systems in which you're going to achieve the objectives. 3, break down your objectives into smaller goals that you can achieve. Give yourself a deadline. The one thing is to do quarterly reviews. Like every quarter, set goal objectives or part objectives that you want to achieve. Like you would say, in 2025, I want to build a house, but you don't have land. And you say in quarter 1 or by quarter 2, that's June. By June, I should have bought land. And then you say, but the next 6 months, maybe I cannot build an entire house and finish it. And you say, by December 2025, I want to enter a complete fraction of the house. So you use July up to December to get a plan approved, start the foundation, start building, and probably finish like 2 rooms and enter. That's how people build in Uganda. But that's how people build. Like I think I've told you guys, for the guys that have been here longest, I've shared how for trying in wafe a nyumba yafe people ngateba tubuza na tubuza. Osegeda ngateba tubuza. And for me, like nijenda soko kuzima, my first fence was a chiwempe. Me, I like privacy. So the first thing I always work on is the fence. So nasoka teka, of course I always have a car, so my car needs to be safe. So I did a chiwempe. Ngawanga baita hoku chiwempe. So ngabatukubida salongwa taxa atutwala. Until eventually I built a fence. But we try to akayingira ngabantu babayitako ngati babuza. Ati babuza bantu musura mutia mwe. And of course me, I did not know, because ngasibeera yo. Nenga mama bane abera naga munange. I always botamubuza takubuza. But obviously, then when we eventually did more work on the house, then people started building, they started being nice, and all those things happen. So, but you do You do those manageable objectives, quarterly things. And I think this weekend I should do part of that big objective that I need to do that I've kept putting off. So I'm breaking it down. By March, it's huge, but by March, see a first quarter, nja kujano mbagambe nti nachimaze echo nachimaze ate nga ngenda chimala na mu Feb. Then ate bwe mmala echo mu Feb mu quarter ey'okubiri nkwate ne kuchiri kuba nakyo nkisobola. Nkwate ne kuchiri kuba nakyo nkisobola. So guys, what's the number one way that I think, the number one motivator for you to keep focused in achieving your objectives? One, guys, you need to get a reward at the end. If you don't see a reward at the end, you'll get distracted and the distractions will seem better. There needs to be a reward, guys, at the end. And because sometimes there are goals where you don't get a reward. Like if you just save, that like my goal is to save, then what? There needs to be a reward. There is a plan I have with Prudential, and I'm saving for 9 years. But I'm putting 9 years. It's small money that I'm just putting away because me I was thinking, why did I put that money away? I know I've driven a car before. So I'm saying if I put 200,000 in that place every month, let me put it there and forget about it. But what's my reward at the end? At the end, I will have saved put away 20 something million, but I'll get 40 something million back. I will have put away 20 something million, but I'll get 40 something million back. For me, my reward is that the 40 something million, this money that I'm putting away is zira because it's over no kugwa. Ontegeera agamitwara abiri gentekayo gasobola no kugwa. Me, I'm looking at the end. Nze sibala kubala nti nze sana yo. My reward every month when I'm putting that 200,000 there, I'm thinking, okay, which year? 2030 what? Bagenda kumpa million zangana. Like nze mbala nti bagenda na kumpa buwi. That's the reward. You get, guys? So as you set objectives, make sure there is a reward at the end of every objective. Until once I achieve this will be my reward. Once I achieve this, don't give yourself a reward that is outside that. That very objective should be a reward. Like, for example, if you're to build a house, what's the reward? You live in your house. If you buy land, what's the reward? You have a title in your names. You get? I find that instead of just doing, like I want to buy land, then you buy land, and then there is no goal. I mean, there is no reward. Then after owning all that land, then what? What's the reward? I find that for me, that helps me with achieving all my objectives. Like for me, every objective, that's why I keep at it. Like their businesses have run for 3 years and that they are not profitable. There are some where we are just getting to break even. But when I think about my reward, I keep going. I say, okay, even if it takes me 4 years, if I break even in 4 years, this will be the reward. So me, I find that all these systems are very easy for you to build. It's very easy for you to invest in stuff if you have a reward at the end. Nogamba at the end of this period, chino chengendo okufuna. Chino chimbalo okufuna at the end of this. This is my goal. Right? Like, I know you get what I'm saying. Like if you buy a car, for example, musi making job story ya grand ngena jinyo myancha. Kuliko grand bidi kuliko nenua. Like for example, if you want to get a degree, what's your goal for getting the degree? Is it just getting a job? Then when you get the job, then what? I don't know if you guys get what I'm saying. There needs to be a reward at the end. And for me, I find that that's very important as you set your objective. So you want to save, and when you save, then what? Because money is not an end, it's a means to an end. When you get money helps you achieve all those things. For me, that's how I see things. And of course, different people might see things differently. But me, I find that you need to have you need to have a reward for every objective that you achieve. Guys, muzikize mbasibule mpujale mukubanga fatigue mbunyi na fatigue. We wangambye mbunyi na fatigue ne result nzina wano zibankebeddemu omusayi wano. Ziri wano. Omusawo yazitumbeko na line nga wano obuntu bwe yangambiddeko kati kino. Abasawo naye obulumute batuyiya. Ntuseko the doctor nimina athakati chichi ne mugamba ndi mulwadde. Nangaba gwali mulwadde gwe tanya. Nanga naye katsinza gamba chichi kuluma genda bakoleko test. Ne bankolako malaria ezo test za malaria ziri bbiri. Obuzibu nnyumya nnyo naye kamba sibule ndekerawo okunyumya. Njabala bencha mu Random Cat Talk Thursday. Tomorrow I'll be sharing the stories of the 2 cars. All those 3 cars, by the way, were bought yesterday. The one Mark II Grande Yomna Nechtum yesterday, that's inspection from the other day. And then the Mark II Grande, the second Mark II Grande, the one we bought at 10.5. We started the inspection after we paid for the other Mark II Grande. And then along the way, the newer person called me, and I told the person of the Mark II Grande, so we went and inspected. And then the story I'll tell you tomorrow. Then after we inspected, the person of the Noah was going to the bank to get money to go to the bond and pay. And they moved in their Noah. And then even me, I proceeded with this gentleman, Mark II Grand SNDAO. We went on for a test drive and then we paid. So I'm going to tell you the story tomorrow. I don't believe I've been working really hard, but there are people that tell me that I've been working really hard. Muyombia Mark, Wabuyi Nelson, S. Zach, Tusime Eddie, Hussein Jamal, Louis Lawrence. So guys, thank you very much for engaging. Abari Mukamori, I do pre-purchase inspection. If you're going to buy a car and you're looking for someone to be your guardian angel, I am your man. I come with a mechanic, and together, me, him, and you, we make sure that you get a good car with your budget. We make sure that you don't buy a car that will get will start disturbing you. That's the advice I give. But before you pay for pre-purchase inspection, if you want to engage me, you pay 50,000 consultation, which also doubles as booking fee. And we have that conversation of which car should you buy. And if you find that you don't like the car you can buy with your budget, you can either choose to go find someone else to inspect those cars that you want at your budget, or you can actually choose to wait and raise more money, or you can choose to buy the cars that come within your budget. Gilbert Amanya, Lawrence Omule, Chamba de Hannington, Joseph Valley Kudembe, Mwesibo, Isaac Jones Info, Michael UG, Isaac Agambe. Will I see a significant increase in fuel efficiency if I replace faulty oxygen sensors in my car? I can't say significant, but you're going to see an increase in fuel efficiency. Oxygen sensors help the car function optimally. David Sembatia, good morning. For you to transfer your car, you first of all need to get transfer forms from the person that has sold you the car, and their national ID signed on with their phone number. Joseph Valley Kudembe, this 125, you're on fire. The topics you raise hitting point. Amina. Paul Sema VIP, Matovo Idris, Majwala, Julius Sayid, Mikel Yuji, Hussein Nubuwat, Nsereko Start, Travel Live Vlog, Ronald Muchwa, Bara Moriebozi, George Senkubuge, Kamoka Godwin, Nakate Christine, Morris Kyle, Mititega Safaris, Muyombia Mark, Daniel Singoma, Lubega Mark, Juma Ali, Julius Ivan VIP, Fahad Laptop Villa, Komakech Caesar, Asiku Keith, Musime Kim Job, Goku Legend, Brian Wanyama, and Henry Modern Juice. Even you guys, Awari Mukamori, I don't take you for granted. You guys that are watching this broadcast probably later in the day, later in the week, later in the month, later in the year, or even in 2026. Thank you very much for choosing to be thank you very much for choosing to be part of For the Love of Cars. May the good Lord bless you. I'll see you tomorrow morning, Random Cat Talk Thursday. Ciao.